Hey everybody, how we doing today? So, beautiful day here in the Florida Keys, but still got that pesky 12 to 15 knot winds out of the east, southwest, or southeast. It's just that borderline 5 miles per hour, then it would be like perfect weather, but it's a bit breezy out here, but that's okay. I'm in my secret launch spot, heading out to try to see if the tarpon around make up for that one fiasco day where I didn't even get that fish at all because I was wrong tide, wrong places. But right now it's 1 o'clock, it's high tide, so I think I'm gonna bounce straight to those tarpon spots, hit those, and then run out a little farther, hit some of those spots as well. The tide should stay high enough even later on this afternoon that my bonefish spots should have enough water on them, so I think it's a pretty good day. But yeah, let's go check it out. Okay, we've got 3 tarpon right there, small ones. Quietly drop the anchor there, take our fly. I've got our crab imitation on at the moment. I don't know where to put this. Let's see, one's coming for it. Can't see my fly. I don't know where it's at. Oh, there it is. Oh, they're gonna spook. Oh, needlefish, dang it. Oh, stupid needlefish. Let it go. Oh, right there. Oh, stupid needlefish. Dang it. Oh. All right. I got that far and ran into 3 tarpon, so I'm gonna switch over to, that's that little crab imitation. I need to switch over to the more of a little minnow imitation, clouser style. So at least they're around. Now we'll throw this little clouser. That'll be a little bit better for these type of fishing. Okay, have a single laid up right there. Wind's starting to blow me in the wrong direction. Ooh, it's in there, right in his face. Just don't get stuck in the weeds. Oh, turn the other way. Shit, don't like that. Let's see if I can get it over there. Oh, tree shot. Dang it. Freaking spinning and around. Oh, dang it. I was making so much racket getting this fly. Look what's right in front of my kayak there. I'm not even gonna have to fly fish, I'm just gonna throw it. Yeah, that's right, fudgers. Let the wind blow me out of here. All right, I see one right around the tree line there. Let's see if we can get into a spot I could throw something at them. All right, let's see if we can get this guy interested in something. Oh, I was right in front of his face, and I don't want that. He's not gonna want anything. My only chance is to snag him. All right, that was tarpon spot number one. It was productive. My timing was off on it, just not prepared. And then I have to stay in kind of close to the mangroves, otherwise the wind starts whipping me away from them. So it's kind of a pain. That's why I kept on ending up right on top of them, which is not good. So I'm gonna actually hit another spot. I could sit here and just kind of hang out and wait for them to cruise by and throw at them, but I want to hit some other spots before the tide starts going down. So off we go. There's a couple of tarpon there. See if I can get them to settle down. Well, spot 2 had about 4 tarpon on it, but man, I ran over them and they just skedaddled. I ran into them on the second side. I hit them up there, then I circled around, hit them again, and then phew, gone. They never stopped. All right, we'll go to spot number 3 then. Here. There they go over there. Oh, can't see them. Where'd they go? Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Probably that same pair that I saw the first time I came through here. Dang it. Well, spot 4 had a pair of bonefish, and then I just had a single bonefish, but the wind is just blowing me just fast enough that I have to drop anchor to try to stop so I can cast to them, and then they just slowly swim away. I'm not spooking them, but they just get out past and then gone. Can't see them anymore. So the wind is just blowing this way, so it's a perfect for drifting, but by the time I see them, and then if I try to even get to casting, they'd already be behind me, and it would just be a mess. So I'm taking my time, slowly drop that anchor, coming to a stop, and then they're just out of range, swimming away. So just not the right circumstances. All right, next spot is a bonefish spot again. Well, the bonefish spot I think is going to be a bust. With the sun kind of low now, it reflects a lot of glare. Plus it's very ripply because of the wind, so I can't really see very well. So I think I'm going to just throw on a crab fly and check out the permit spot just for a little bit. If it's poor visibility, I don't see anything, I'm going to run back and try to hit those tarpon spots while I got time, while the water is still kind of up. So that is our next step. Well, the tarpon spot is basically above ground. You can see how low the water is and how much you can see the roots. You couldn't even see these basically little shrubs there. So we're a couple feet low, so all the tarpon will move off of these and go out into the channels. So I think I'm going to go back to my original flat, sit out there for the last half hour of sunlight, and just see if I can see any tailing fish. Haven't done that before, so we'll have to see. I literally have to drag my kayak to get it back in here. It's so shallow right now. But let's see if we can make it over there before it gets dark. Okay, I'm back home. I just want to do a quick wrap up. Patterns. I'm slowly funneling that pattern down. I'm realizing over here at the Blimp Road spots that I've got, it's high tide is the key, okay? Usually where I go with like Bonefish Chuck, just directly north of Key West, I'm looking at lowest tide to be out there, and those fish are forced off the flats. They're in the channels. As soon as that tide starts rising, that allows them to come up onto the flats. They're hungry, they're feeding. That's the perfect time for over here. What I'm learning on the blimp side of it is that it needs to be high tide. And if you're watching these series of videos, you see that everywhere I'm casting at is the background is the mangroves. Okay, I'm not really fishing the true flats. And what that means is that water needs to be about 2 foot high at those mangrove roots, and that's when those fish are there. When it's a foot and less, it's too shallow and they're bugged out and they're back out in deeper water. The other part, as I'm just figuring out, is that my cycle is close right now. Okay, so like I went out there today at 1 o'clock, right when at the high tide, and that gave me about 2 hours to fish while I was still in that 2 foot to 1 foot depth range, and then it shut down. We are on a lunar cycle of about 45-minute alterations day to day. So like today is 1 o'clock. Tomorrow high tide will be at 1:45. The next day will be 2:30. Okay, so that's right in my sweet spot. So I wasn't planning on going and doing this again, but because my time schedule of having to work till about noon and then I can get out there at 1, tomorrow that gives me an extra hour before the high tide and then my 2 hours after. So I have a 3-hour window, and that'll help a lot. Also, the wind's going to drop down from 15 to about 10s, and that'll kind of slow my drift down, and that'll reduce the problem I had today of just getting pushed too fast where I'm running over fish, or I can't get the fly out without having to drop the anchor, and then when I drop the anchor, they're still slowly swimming away, and then they're out of range and I lose them. So I think tomorrow's going to line up, so I'm going to go ahead and give it another shot. And then even the day after, I think the winds pick up again, but it's 2:30. So I get out there at 12:30, 1 o'clock. Now I have 2 hours before and then 2 hours after, and that's excellent. So I got a big window. So learning those patterns, narrowing it down, very, very important, but we're getting there. Once I got those patterns where I could effectively kind of know where those fish are, know when they're going to be there based on the conditions, then I could put all my time into the execution part of it, is not rushing it, being able to know where they're going to be so I could take my time. And if it takes me an extra half an hour to circle around that area to get on the right part of it, slowly inch my way in and then be ready for them at a reasonable distance, that's how I'm going to catch those fish, not the way I'm doing it like I am today, where I'm trying to hit 8 different spots in 2 hours and just running over fish and not really getting good shots. But anyways, that is what's going on. That's the plan. That's what I'm working on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye.